Yes, we've already covered present tense and past tense in our previous videos. Now let's understand what is future tense. Future tense means your actions in relation to times to come. They are also divided into four: simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. In simple future, in times to come, you will take that action. In future continuous, your work will be in progress. Future perfect, your work, you will have completed your work. And future perfect continuous, that means some of the work will be completed and some of the work will be in progress. Now let's understand each tense one by one. Now here, first you must remember that pronouns I and we, with them we use shall, and with rest of all the subjects including all other pronouns we use will. You must have come across words, sentences like I will do it. That means it shows your determination. That will be touched in modals. That is, you change the meaning. But for the future, with pronouns I and we use shall, and with rest all the subjects we use will. Now in simple future, your subject plus will or shall plus your verb in the first form. Okay, with rest of the subjects you will use will and subject plus verb in the first form. So a sentence becomes like this: I or we shall study, you will study. Okay. Now in future continuous, your subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing. Now I have been telling you ing is put with the very first form of the verb, like play, playing, do, doing, understand, understanding. Okay. So our sentence becomes like this: I or we shall be studying, or you will be studying. For future perfect, our sentence structure is subject plus will or shall plus have and the verb third form. Okay, so the sentence becomes we shall have studied, or you will have studied. Now future perfect continues, the same thing we do. We take the helping verb from the perfect and main verb from the continuous. So our sentence structures becomes like this: subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. So our sentence becomes like this: I or we shall have been studying, or you will have been studying. This is the case with the simple sentences. For the question, simply you bring forth your helping verb before the subject. So you get the sentence like this: will you study, will you be studying, will you have studied, or will you have been studying. And for negative, you just insert not after the helping verb. So our sentences become like this: you will not study, you will not be studying, you will not have studied, and you will not have been studying. Simple. It is very simple. With one sentence you can get all the sentences. Now let's understand the usage of for and since, which I have already mentioned. These words are used in perfect continuous, whether it's present tense, past tense, or future perfect continuous. For example, I have been studying. Now for duration of time, we use for. Okay, for 2 hours, for 10 hours, for 5 hours. But for the point of time, we use since. Since 9 o'clock, since 10 o'clock, since Monday, since Tuesday. So our sentences become like this: I have been studying for 2 hours, but I have been studying since 9 o'clock. In the past perfect continuous, I had been studying for 2 hours, for 10 hours, for 5 hours. But for since, you will be writing the sentence like this: I had been studying since 12 o'clock. For future perfect, this remains the same: I shall have been studying for 2 hours, but for point of time, you will be saying I shall have been studying since 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, since Monday, since 2007, or like since 2007 I have been studying in this school. Now but remember, this is all for the tenses. Now remember, I with the present tense, we use the helping verbs of the plural, like I have studied. Okay. But in the past tense, we use the singular helping verbs. I was studying. If you use verb with I in the past tense, You are talking about the imaginary situations, like if I were a minister, I would punish all the corrupt people. That's all for the tenses. If you have any queries, stay connected.